Oh,
Hello. Welcome to
Welcome.
our very last happy hour of 2022. Can y'all believe it?
No, I cannot believe it, Lisa.
We have a super fun night planned for you guys. We have book recommendations galore. So get your pens and your lists and your Goodreads ready. And we also are going to announce our February and March picks, which are amazing. And me and Brenda have been so excited. I cannot believe we kept the secret so long.
oh, secrets.
And-
Here we go
I
again. Here we go again.
Well, it wouldn't be happy hour if we didn't, surprise you with a few secrets.
Yeah, that's
exactly. And we're going to have a special after show where we are going to be announcing the 2023 reading challenge, which will be hosted by the Friends in Fiction official book club next year. So Anissa is going to join us for the after show to go over the reading challenge. And she's going to be live from M. Judson in South Carolina. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And the most fun is we have Mary Kay Andrews joining us in just a little bit.
Yes.
So, I mean,
I've heard of her.
Really? I think that sounds familiar to me too. I'm not sure why.
I know that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see what this Mary Kay Andrews is all about when she joins us later.
Yeah, I think I worked with her in South Florida. She was the teen librarian.
Oh. So
That is too funny.
What are you guys drinking?
Well, first of all, we didn't introduce ourselves, so
Oh my gosh. We're just
back.
Nobody cares about us anyway. It's all about Ron, right?
It's all about
give me
Ron.
a break. Are you kidding?
Nonetheless,
I'm not a Zibby Award winner.
Nonetheless, I'm happy to join you tonight. I'm Brenda, and this is my co-host Lisa, who kicked things off tonight. And we are co-hosts of the Friends in Fiction official book club with our special, not guest, because he's a standing part of the happy hour, Ron Block.
Yay!
Librarian extraordinaire. So having said that,
extraordinaire
and podcast, well, I'm sure we'll be talking about that too in a little while, because we need to know what's coming up in a little bit, Ron.
Oh, you will.
So who wants to start with their beverage of choice?
I will, because mine's quick.
Let me guess. Pepto-Bismol.
Right. That's what it looks
now
like.
Everybody knows. Lisa's.
So you have a little peachy moon is what I call it.
Oh, yummy.
There is some Firefly peach moonshine. And there's a peach Fanta. So what I do is I do one shot. You do one shot and then triple it for the Fanta. So if you do one shot of the moonshine, you do 3 shots of Fanta, and then you fill the rest of the glass with peach sparkling water. And it is amazing. But I didn't do one shot, I did 2.
Excellent.
And I have it in a mason jar because that's how we do it in the South.
In Georgia.
Right. Ooh.
We do it that way in South Carolina too. Who am I kidding? Well, I guess I'll share next because I'm not sure if Ron has a demonstration or if he's just sharing his drink, but I have what I am calling a FOMOSA.
Love it.
Because it's a mimosa without the alcohol. So it's orange juice and seltzer water, about half and half, and a spritz of lime. And so there you go, my FOMOSA.
I love it. Love it. Okay, you ready? You weren't sure if Ron had a demonstration or not?
We
You
know
just
he
tuning in?
does. We know that. That's why we want you to go last, because if you go first, ours will be super disappointing to
Yeah,
everyone.
we'll be shown up.
All right, so since we're going into the holiday season, you're very busy. Everybody's busy. But those of us who do partake always want something kind of fun, kind of elegant, but super easy, so we can do it at at the drop of a hat and just sit down and enjoy this beverage. And if you have people that show up unannounced and you have all the ingredients on hand, you can impress the heck out of this. So we are going to make a gin Negroni.
Oh my gosh, that
Really?
is a grown person's drink.
I know, but there's a twist. Not
That
in
drink
my.
will put hair on your chest.
I will make a regular one, and then I'll tell you about the twist. You can do it at
Okay.
home to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so as always, we start with gin, and I'm going to tell you like my favorites to use for this. I don't know if people know Plymouth gin. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's so good. It's so smooth. And for a good Negroni, you really want some of these London-based dry gins. You don't want any of the sweeter ones. So this or Sapphire are both really good. And it's about I do a 10 count. Some people do 7, some people do. And the great thing about this, you don't really need to know math. You just don't need to know math. Because then you put in this exact same amount, another 10 count of sweet vermouth. And this is Dolan, which is unbelievably delicious. You can see it.
Yum.
It's so good. And then the secret, not the secret, the one.
Ah,
One of my favorite things, and this is what I did for Thanksgiving this year. I used the Campari and the sweet vermouth to make my cranberries that we talked about before. That was my secret thing this year. Great. We put the same amount, so it's 10 count, 10 count, 10 count. Or if you want to do it 2 shot, 2 shot, 2 shot, it's the same exact for every. Then I put it in my little shaker and get it all nice and cold. Let's hope the top stays on this time.
shake, shake, shake. Is it like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi?
It's till my hands get cold. And then we got a big ice cube in the glass, and away we go. Oh, but we're not done yet. We're not
Those are
done
my
yet.
favorite ice cubes. I love
Aren't they
those ice
great?
I
cubes.
know. They're really
Okay.
cool.
So then the other part of this is you like to add a little bit of orange flavor. So I have a little orange peel here that I like to squeeze a little bit and put around here. And I actually, if I was in my kitchen, what I sometimes do is actually light the underside on fire because that releases the oils and put it in. So you do that, pop it in, and there you go. There's a Negroni. Isn't it cute?
Oh,
Well, cheers to a
Mhm.
fabulous 2022 and a better 2023.
Cheers, happy hour. So
Cheers.
a bartender recently, at some point, made a mistake, and instead of gin, put in prosecco, and they loved it. It was this big mistake. So it's a lighter version of this, and it's called a Negroni Spagliato.
Now, I would love that because Prosecco is my
you go.
favorite. I drink a lot of Prosecco and
Yep. All right, so that's that. Cheers.
cheers.
cheers with our cocktails and mocktails and whatever beverage you have.
Right on.
Well, speaking of beverages that we have, I would like to read a couple of the comments. Brenda Gaskell says, "Is it real moonshine if you don't drink it out of a mason jar or a jug?" That's right, Brenda. And Leslie says, "I'm drinking hard cider from a mason jar."
That counts.
Cheers. Mary says, "Lisa." Oh, now I have to read it right. Mary
Yeah.
says, "Lisa, make mine a double, Harrison." And Meredith
Well,
says,
she knows you,
"Sounds-"
Lisa.
right? Meredith says, "Sounds yummy, Brenda. Love the name."
Oh,
Your
thank you.
Formosa.
Thank you. It's
So-
original.
Thanks
Yay.
for sharing your drinks with us. And oh, Marlene says Pepto is later, Ron.
That is true. That's
Hilarious, Ms. M. Thanks for sharing your drinks in the chat. And if you have any questions for us, or especially when Mary Kay comes on,
right.
leave them in the chat and we'll try to pull some live.
And here's the
Okay.
trivia
Sure.
question of the night. Let's see if Mary Kay Andrews recognizes this light up tree. There's a story. there.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, we love a good story that involves Ron Block and Mary Kay Andrews.
Mm. This one involves Meg Walker too.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling martinis were involved.
So
Okay.
dramatic.
I know.
So
I'm
Ron, what
so-
are you,
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you-
please.
I'm sorry. What are
Right.
you doing for the holidays, Ron?
Well, so next week we always go for my birthday and our anniversary and spend a pre-Christmas holiday time in New York. So we're gonna go hang out in the big New York City, and you all have been recently there, so you know the energy and how excited I am to be
Yes.
going. Every year it's just the best ever. And then my kids, the grandkids, my mom all live in Syracuse, New York. So around Christmas we'll go there and hang out with them. And it's just I've got 4 little granddaughters, so they're so much fun to shop.
Oh,
Yeah, that's me. Boring.
Oh. I will be here for the holidays in Atlanta. I've done enough traveling, so I'll be home for the rest of the year. And me and my mom we'll spend Christmas together. And we usually do a big brunch. We go to Christmas Eve candlelight service.
Okay.
And then on Christmas morning, we usually do a big brunch and just stay in our pajamas all day and watch Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh,
that
And
sounds
drink
awesome.
mimosas.
well, now you can have a FOMOSA. if
Or
you're not feeling up
FOMOSA.
to the
Yeah, we can
mimosa.
have a FOMOSA if we'd want.
That's right. Right. And you just got back from Cancun, my friend.
I know.
I know
It
you
was
have
a
done a lot of
fabulous
traveling.
trip.
The
I
pictures
missed
were
the
amazing.
sun. I missed the sun.
I bet.
Oh, yeah, I bet so. Well, I'm going to have a pretty routine Christmas here at home too. My daughter's here, and so we'll be doing Christmas together and Christmas Eve service. So just looking forward to it.
Yay.
Fun.
So are you guys
So-
ready to dive in?
I was just about to say, so Ron,
Why
You're on
don't
the
you start
spot.
us off with 2 picks?
Oh, and it's so hard to pick because I got to tell you, I am so excited about these books.
Okay, does everybody have their pens ready?
Yep.
I
we're
know,
about to
I know.
start. Get ready.
Okay, I'm gonna pick. Ooh. All right,
PBR Mountain is about to explode.
let's start with one of my. Oh well, they're all my favorite. This book is coming out. This is coming out the soonest of the books I'm going to share with you. This one comes out January the 3rd, and it's called The Bandit Queens. And I read
Aw.
everything electronically when I get them from the publisher, so I have to do this. I don't really have the physical copies, but look at that cover.
I love it. I
Wow,
love the
that's
title.
awesome.
That just sucks you in.
Oh. So The Bandit Queen is an old legend in India of a woman who didn't take any crap from anybody. And people will try to do her dirt. And her legend is that she would kill them and take care of them. But the main character, the protagonist of this book is Geeta. And everybody thinks that her husband was killed by her a couple of years ago. And they're kind of afraid of her. So they treat her different. She's off to the side, but she's also part of this group of women in India who belong to a micro loan group. And what happens is somebody comes in to loan them money, and then they use it to start their own business and do this. But this whole group is full of very different people. Gita is like kind of, they all kind of shy away. Do this. All of a sudden, one of the people in the group who thinks that Gita killed her husband comes and asks Gita to help her kill.
Mm.
And so it's all about like, what does Gita do? Does she help this person or not? But they kind of do this, and all of a sudden the others kind of want part of this too. And they all of a sudden Gita's things change. Gita's going on with her life a little bit. She meets somebody else, but it's hysterically funny. Like this is a debut, I believe it's Karini Shroff, and she writes hysterically, but also very seriously about the things in modern India and the way women are treated and what the caste system is based on your economic scale. So it is a perfect read. Like any way you look at it, it's just gorgeous. So everybody get this on your list because I loved it. I loved it.
Sounds amazing.
So amazing.
It does
And I know I'm not
indeed.
doing it justice. If you go online and look up the book Bandit Queens, and there's a little book trailer for it, and it's these little masks, and it's like everyone thought killed her husband, and then go watch that because that'll hook you right in. Okay.
Before you start your second pick, I want to share with you our New York crew is going crazy knowing that you're coming to New York in the chat. They're like, oh my gosh, Ron in New York. Can we say hi? We want to find you. So we met with our New York crew and we were there and we had the best time. But they are really getting excited in the chat when you said you were going there.
I will be in the city, and
you might bump into someone from the book club.
I would love it. I wish we had time to like put a lunch together like you did, because that looked so fun. But we always do this to ourselves. We pack as many shows in as we can.
Yeah.
And we like a couple of friends we have that we always have like dinner and lunch with, or a brunch maybe. But man, maybe that's what we'll do next year. Maybe I'll build something in it. We can all get together. Maybe pull Megan so Meg can come from Jersey. And gosh, I didn't even think about that. Should have done that.
That's a great idea.
No,
Maybe
such
there'll
a
be
quick-
Ron sightings
Yeah.
around town.
Ron
Like in
sighting.
Savannah.
Oh, that's
That
funny.
was
But
hysterical.
I know what you mean. You go to New York and there's so much. You just have to try to get in as much as you can.
Yes. We so far we're up to 4 shows in over just a couple days.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
We do it. We have a routine now. Boo, boo, boo. Okay.
Get it done.
Okay. The next book.
Shall I drum roll?
Pineapple Street
Ooh.
by Jenny
Aw.
Jackson. It's another first book. Now, Jenny is a high-powered editor at Penguin Random House. She's a big deal as from the editing point of view. And I got to talk to her about this book, and she talked about how this story got into her head. And it's about a rich family in Brooklyn Heights. They're part of the 1%, and they're super wealthy. And they have 3 children, a daughter, things are pretty good. Son, things are pretty good. But he's married to a woman that's not of their kind, if you will, not part of the upper scale elite. And then there's another daughter called Georgiana, and it's the Stockton family. They all live near each other on all the citrus streets. Somebody lives on Cranberry Street, Orange Street, Pineapple Street, real streets. Well, it's all about how all of a sudden the millennials, the younger people in the families, are starting to realize, we have all this money and we shouldn't have all this money. So what are they going to do with it? It's all about how the family. And so this is what I love saying this to Jenny. I said, you held a mirror up to these 1%ers and kind of like decompose them a little bit through this. It's funny. It's hysterically funny. The Georgiana girl, she meets somebody who she hates but kind of likes, and he's the one that kind of gets her thinking about giving away all her money. And it's just the family dynamics are crazy. It's so much fun, and I am working to get her on the podcast in the future, when the book comes out. This book comes out March 7th. I know you're not going to want to miss this. It's just super fun from beginning to end. Again, it talks about a couple of serious things, but mostly it's laugh out loud funny. If you read some of the emails in here that people have to each other, you'll die. You'll die laughing. You just will. You just will. So those are my first two.
Yay.
Yay.
Brenda, would you
What
like
about
to
you,
go
Lisa?
next? Oh, okay. I'll go. I'll be quick because my
Because Ron
first
talks
pick.
too much.
No, we like
No,
we
love it.
love Ron's picks, but mine is actually it's a children's book, and it's called The Legend of the Christmas Witch
Of
by
course.
Aubrey Plaza and Dan Murphy. And when we did the Epigraph Literary Festival, one of our friends there told me about this book and was like, you're gonna love it. I was like, well, I'll wait till Christmas time. So I actually did the audio because Aubrey Plaza is the narrator. And she was amazing. It's such a cute story about a young girl whose brother was taken away from her when she was really young, and she goes on this journey to try to find him, and she was raised by a witch. But it's, it's a story about finding your family, and it has like folklore aspects, and it's brave, it's magic, it's love, but it's really sweet. It's a really sweet story, and I'll share my screen here. I really enjoyed it. And also, it is the end of the year and we're trying to finish those Goodreads.
Oh,
So this is a good one.
Oh,
Wow.
I
Knock
love
one
that
out.
cover.
Yes,
That
it's
is
amazing.
amazing.
It was so, so cute. I really enjoyed it. So that's my first pick.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome,
you,
Lisa.
you sure you didn't want me to teach you how to make one of these little paper ones?
My other books, actually, I have the physical one to hold.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
Brenda,
that's
what do you got?
funny. Well, I have something a little different for my kind of pick this time. Usually I'm doing some kind of sort of regular fiction and then a sort of a techie or a romance book. But this is, I want to do it first because I want to make sure we get to it. This is a collection of cartoons by Tom Gold, and it's Revenge of the Librarians.
Woohoo!
And it's so awesome. It came out, let me see, it came out in August. That may or may not be right. But here's the kind of stuff it has inside it. It's just great
Oh,
cartoon work.
Cool.
And so let me just tell you this panel just real quickly before Mary Kay comes. We have a castle and it says, "Now that you are my bride, you will never leave this castle." Wow, your library is amazing. Beyond the castle is a high wall with no gate, and beyond that is a deep, dark forest with no path. I suppose it's my library too now we're married. The forest is crawling with ravenous wolves, malignant birds, and the spirits of long dead travelers. So many books, I can't believe my luck. When the sun sets, I transform into a wild beast and soar into the night, seized by a terrible bloodlust. Okay, I'll stay here and read. See you in the morning.
that's my kind of
Yeah.
book.
I know.
Yes.
I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. Do you want to do another pick? One more round?
Before our special guest comes in.
Yeah.
Well, do we think we're going to get to all of these, or do we think I better pick the one I most want you to know about?
I do that
Maybe.
one now.
Yeah, do that one next.
We're gonna do
Okay.
some
That's what I
more
do.
we'll do some more with Mary Kay too.
But
Okay,
but we never know
maybe
what's
one.
going to happen
Yeah.
when our
that's
special
that's
guests
why I
arrive.
asked. I am aware of it. Okay, so the next book is A Spell of Good Things. And it is
Ooh.
by Obami Hadabayo. Hadabayo. It took me a while to say that.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
called
hard
The
to say.
Spell of Good Things. This is her second book.
Wow,
It
that's an interesting cover.
This is a
Yeah.
book that blew my mind. I could not believe the depth of feeling that I would have, and I do that for many books, and every book is good in its own way. But you know those books that really grab at your heart and pull you down, and you just well, part of you just want it to stop, but at the same time you can't stop because the story is so compelling, and you want to see where it goes. This is this takes place in Nigeria, and it's two people, and again, we have the haves and the have-nots. So a woman is part of a family that it has everything, and they're well off, and she's a doctor, and she does certain things. She loves her work, but she is torn between that and what her family thinks her life should be. So being a doctor and being successful, she's not married. That's kind of what is on her mind, and she is with this man. But at the other end of the story, there's a young boy who goes to school, and his dad had been a school teacher there was a big uproar where he was fired. So the family is getting poorer and poorer, and we're sitting there witnessing this and watching what the family's going through. And trust me when I tell you, it is horrific. The worst things that you think can happen happened, and more. But he's doing this, this young boy is really trying to figure it out, to not have to put up with it. Like his father's all depressed, and it's just so bad. But at the same time, they live in an area of Nigeria where there's a lot of political corruption. There's a lot of things like that. Well, there's a connector between the two, because the young boy is an apprentice to a tailor, and this woman and her mom, they use the tailor for their at their party dresses and all the things. And they have everything, they have nothing. So it's this path of the two and how they converge. And they don't really meet until the end, but it goes on. It weaves this story that is so powerful that is you just don't want to leave it. And I can say is get the tissues. This book is going to stay with me for a really, really long time. It's that I tell you, February 7th. I'm getting a little thinking about it. It's that good. It's that good.
Wow. And what's the title again?
The title is A Spell of Good Things. I'll put all these in the chat later.
Thank you. That would be great. I'm
Amazing.
sure everyone would appreciate that.
Get that on your
Well,
list.
It looks like it's about time for our special guest to arrive. So we want to let her in the house. So we want to let her in the house while we're waving the Santa suit.
I have the
know she's
Santa
here.
suit.
He's coming.
One of our fabulous 4 authors and the queen of beach reads, our favorite sassy lady and author, who I'm very lucky I'll get to see on Tuesday with Patty at the Alpharetta Library for Atlanta people.
Oh, did I
Please
tell you
come
I
join.
hate you?
Yep, you did.
He did. Mary Kay, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, yay, we just can't
Yay.
see you.
Oh, that's because I don't have start video on. Duh. Here I am.
Yay!
Sorry.
Well, glad that was an easy
Pretty.
fix.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mary Kay. How are
Thank
you doing this
you.
evening?
I'm good. I'm good. Getting over a cold.
You sound much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, you look great.
I feel better. I was like at death's door last night. I got off the show and went to bed.
Oh,
Oh, bless your heart. There are a
I'm
lot of
glad you
people
feel better.
sick.
Yeah. I'm on the mend.
Well, Mary
now.
Kay, we are so excited to have you on the happy hour tonight. And
I'm really excited
we
to
have
be here.
already we didn't do a code word tonight. So
No,
I
that's
guess
probably
we'll just
good.
have to not worry
Yeah.
about that. I was going to tell Mary Kay, and then I realized we don't have one. So Mary Kay, what are you enjoying there?
Well, it's it's sugar-free cranberry ginger ale with vodka and a slice of orange. I don't know what that's called.
It's called
It's called
delicious.
delicious.
That's what it's called.
What do you guys have?
That's too funny. Well, I have a mocktail, but I have a Fomosa.
Ah,
It's orange juice and seltzer water and a splash of lime. So
sounds delightful.
Drinking a peachy moon with peach moonshine and a little peach Fanta and peach sparkling water.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's really good.
Ron, what do you
This
got?
is gin Negroni.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Oh yeah, it
he
is.
actually did a demonstration for us earlier. Well, Mary Kay, we are anxious to hear about your holiday plans and what you have coming up.
Let's see. My holiday plans are to finish writing this freaking book.
Isn't that terrible? You have to write no matter what.
I know it's terrible. So
I'm glad you do.
Thank you. I got to finish that. But the house is decorated for Christmas. I hosted my book club Christmas party here Monday night, cold and all.
Oh,
And
nice.
So the house, yeah, thank God for my husband and one of my girlfriends came a couple days early to help out because I was not feeling great. Let's see what else we got. Well, I've got a signing Saturday at Virginia Highlands Books. It's Virginia Highlands Fest, which should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to be there from about 1:30 to, I'm going to have to cut out a little early because I'm going to a screening for Karen Slaughter's new series.
Hey,
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then next Tuesday is my last signing of the year at the Alpharetta Library in the Atlanta Writers Club with Patty. And she'll be hanging out with me here. So that'll be fun.
And we have a big group of book club people coming.
Oh,
So
that's
we
so much
can't wait
fun.
to see you guys. We'll
That's
be there.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Book club
So-
people or stalkers? Which is it?
No,
Both.
no, not stalkers. Not at all.
No, not at all.
I'm just kidding.
Eventually, I got to do some Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah, I probably need to do that too. That's not my forte.
Yeah.
Well, Mary Kay, I've got to tell you, last year I gave almost everyone that I knew the Santa suit. So this year I'm having a hard time figuring out what to give people.
You could give them an IOU for next year's Christmas book.
There you
There
go.
you go.
That's a good idea.
No, not an IOU, a pre-order.
Yes, a pre-order. What you do is you pre-order as soon as we have the buy links up, and then you do that.
And them out.
Can you tell
Well-
us anything about your new book? Anything
Yeah.
new about your new book?
Yeah, it's about a young woman. Her family owns a Christmas tree farm in the same town where Santa Suit was set in North Carolina in the mountains. And her family for 25 or 30 years, every Christmas, they pack up a trailer full of their Christmas trees, and they have a vintage canned ham camper, and they tow that up to the West Village in New York, and they set up and they sell Christmas trees for the month between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this year, my character, Carrie, she hasn't gone on the family trip since she was 7 and her parents divorced, but this year her dad can't make the trip. He's had a heart attack. So she gets guilt tripped into going with her brother, who is older, and he's kind of a gruff mountain man type. So she makes the trip to the village, and they sell trees, and she finds that she feels more at home in the big city than she did in the little town. And she also maybe finds love.
Hmm.
Aw,
Oh, well,
I love that.
that sounds wonderful. Speaking of Christmas trees, Ron, didn't you have a question for Mary Kay?
Oh, I just didn't know if she remembered this little tree right here.
No.
So last year, what was the name of the restaurant that we had dinner with Meg
Oh, Rossini?
Marfini? Yeah, my husband, this accidentally fell in his pocket
Oh,
as we were leaving the restaurant.
Oh my God.
So it's from there. So
I remember you telling, because you were giving us recommendations. I didn't realize that was the tree. When you gave Brenda and I recommendations of restaurants, you were like, yeah, we can't go back there. It's just stole the tree.
we're not allowed there, but we
You
may
know,
go back. May go back.
um,
It was so good.
It's silly to go to the same place when New York has so many amazing restaurants. But that's sort of the one thing I always have to do when I go back to New York is go to Rossini. It's an
Okay.
old school Italian red sauce. It's in the Murray Hill neighborhood. And they have these older Italian men are the waiters, and the food is amazing. And on weekends, they have a piano player, and he plays show tunes, and sometimes he plays opera, and it's really so much fun.
Yes, yeah. And the food is
Oh,
delicious,
that
and the
does-
waiters are so attentive. They know
Yeah,
what
they
you want
really
before
are.
you want them.
And the
And they
nice
make-
thing, yeah, the nice
make-
thing too is they can you can make it there after a show, because a lot of restaurants in Manhattan, it's hard to find something that's not a bar
Right.
that's open when you get out of a show.
That's right. That's right. And they make great martinis.
I wouldn't know because I'm not a martini drinker.
Oh, Meg and I made up for you.
Yeah, Ron, Meg, and Lisa are the martini people. That's so funny. Well, Mary Kay, would you mind sharing with us what you're reading now? Maybe a holiday book or something that has caught your eye?
Well, I just started reading The Mitford Affair by Marie Benedict.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'll be out in
Nice.
January, and we'll have Marie on the show. And it's a story about three of the, I think there's 5 or 6 Mitford sisters. Anyway, my friend Beth is fascinated with the Mitfords, and obsessed might be a better word. And so the last time I was in England with her, we went to visit Deborah Mitford's family estate, which is open to the public.
Wow.
And the Mitfords are just a fascinating family, but this is one of the sisters married a Nancy married a Nazi sympathizer, and then her sister Unity, who was the youngest of the sisters, went to Germany, and there's rumors that she was Hitler's mistress. So they're just a fascinating story. So, and this is historic fiction.
Wow, that's a great
Sounds
pick.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good pick. I think that, well, one question that we wanted to ask is, what's a book that you gift a lot for the holidays? And I did the Santa suit last year, but I also wanted to point out, for those of you who don't know, Mary Kay has a fabulous cookbook that makes a great gift too.
Thank you.
So, Mary Kay, can you tell us one of your favorite recipes? And then if we could go around and everyone share a good book to gift for the holidays.
Usually for my book club Christmas party, I make this frozen drink concoction called the Red Rooster. And it's frozen cranberry juice, lemonade concentrate, and orange juice. And you freeze it into a slushy with vodka. And then you serve it with ginger ale. So this is I didn't make it this year only because I was not feeling so great, but I love that one. And then, the pound cake, the lemon cream cheese pound cake, I make probably about 20 of those every Christmas, and they get sent to my publishing peeps in New York. So actually my husband started baking them today for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
that's
two-
amazing.
Those are two kind of favorites.
I like the Thai BT cocktail.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a
That's
good
one of my favorite drinks from this book.
Yeah, and there's a great I think there's the beef tenderloin recipe is in there, and that's a really good one. We had that And the pickled shrimp we had Monday night for my book club party. And that's a really good one.
That's the best. Oh, I love that. I
Ron's
love
not
that.
excited about that at all.
Oh, no, I love that. And the pimento cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, pimento cheese.
I love the
yes.
pimento cheese. I made
That's a
that
great one.
for Friendsgiving one year with
Ah.
or for book club.
I love that.
Dawn in the chat says trailer trash dessert is her favorite.
That's
The trailer
That's-
trash dessert.
Yeah, that's a fun one to make if you've got a group of people, at a house party at the beach or something. And the kids can make that because it's so easy and it doesn't involve any baking or any real cooking. It's just, you unwrap ice cream sandwiches and glop on some Cool Whip and some caramel and hot fudge toppings, and you got it.
wow.
Oh,
kids-
yeah.
That's a fun one to do. Kids love that. And it's a great thing to, have in the freezer when everybody comes back from the beach or the pool or the lake or whatever.
That's a great one that you could do at the holidays too, because
Yeah.
it would be a nice activity, to do with
Right,
the
yeah.
kids and keeping them busy. So that's a great suggestion.
I like having the kids do dishes as a great activity at Christmas.
That's the
Well,
best
they-
activity ever.
Well, that'll become a tradition at my house. Oh my goodness. So, Mary Kay, I did want to ask you too quickly. I don't know if there's anything new you can share, but I know the Fab Four are doing some book launch events in 2023.
Right.
What can you tell us about them?
Well, I know Patty is going to be first out of the gate in May, and she will be in Charleston. And then I think Christy and then Christy's book got moved back. So I'm not sure of the order. I think they're June and July.
Yeah.
And I know we're all doing an event in Columbus, Ohio. Ron, are you at that too?
I bet all of them.
Right. We're
Ooh.
doing an event in April, right?
Yep. April 26th.
Right, in Columbus, Ohio.
Mhm.
And mine, we still have not, we have not scheduled yet. So more news on that to come. First, I have to finish the thing.
Well,
We do have a cover and we'll be revealing the
little
cover.
detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
detail. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a moment, but I'm back.
Happens
We're
to
with
all
you.
of us.
We're with you.
Oh, that's funny.
I think
Well,
we
I
were
did-
gonna circle. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we were going to circle. That's what I was trying to think of. We started out, we're talking about gifting books. And that's what I was thinking of. One of the things I like to gift, and this is a vintage pick, but the Chronicles of Narnia is one I like to gift.
Yep.
How about you, Ron?
Well, mine change all the time. For my grandchildren, I always every year buy them something they want, something they need, and something to read. I heard that somewhere, and I love that idea. So it's always kind of where they're at. I've given them like the whole set of the Anne of Green Gables, or but for the little ones, I have picture books. So this year they've got these great picture books for the littlest ones, and the older ones. Another one got Nancy Drew and things like that. So it's really kind of where they're at. And my poor children are getting books too. They always get them, and they know they're coming. So I let them tell me what they want first, so that I'll get them. And I know they'll read.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Molly, my 13-year-old granddaughter, is a big reader.
She
And-
is.
Yeah, she loves fantasy. So I think probably when I'm at Virginia Highland Books Saturday, they have booksellers who really have a nice, they know what kids like. They're really up on fantasy. And then there's a great indie bookstore in Decatur where I buy a lot of books, Little Shop of Stories. So what I
love that store.
just I do too. They're amazing. And
Yeah.
interestingly enough, that store is located in where a bookstore and a gift shop used to be many years ago.
Oh,
It was called Final Touch Books and Gifts, and it was the first job my daughter she worked there. She got a job unboxing books when she was 13 or 14, and she
Aw.
ended up staying there through college and ended up, shutting the store down at night. So it's really that spot and those booksellers are really very sentimental to me, and they're so wonderful. So I think Molly's probably going to get, I hope she's not watching tonight. She's probably going to get a gift certificate to Little Shop, and then I'll find something also at Virginia Highlands Books. I love to buy books, as we all do, from independent booksellers.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and Griffin is not as big a reader, but he likes baseball books. So I'll get a recommendation of a baseball book for him.
oh,
And my
Mike
husband-
Lupica. Get Mike Lupica books.
Yeah, he's read some of the Mike Lupica books. It's funny. I bought him a book about a baseball player, and he rejected it because he said the guy was a cheater. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, that's good to
That's
know.
for
though.
the best.
He has
Wow,
a very
interesting.
strong sense of right and wrong, my
Gotcha.
grandson.
That's
So,
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
and
good.
and my son loves Randy Wayne White. Loves his books
Oh, yes.
set on the Florida Gulf Coast around Sanibel. So maybe what I'll do is I'll order something for him from our friends at Macintosh Books on Sanibel that got their store got obliterated by Hurricane Ian, but they have set up and they're getting ready to open up again. So
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I wondered.
Yeah, that's good news. Well, for me, I gift the Book of Lost Names by Kristen a lot.
yeah,
I gift that book a lot to people. Maybe not always for the holidays, but for birthdays. That's probably my most gifted book. But another book I gift around the holidays, depending on if people like Mexican food, is I will give Danny Trejo, the actor, has a book, Trejo's Tacos, and he has a food truck in LA. And I've never been to LA, but I just read the book and I loved the way it was set up because it explains what type of pots and pans you need. Then it explains all the spices and what they do. So it's
Right.
like you get a little history because you're reading some of the Mexican food recipes and you're like, well, what is that? And is that spicy? And what is this? So you have like a nice history before. And then you have great, amazing recipes. Some are vegan, some are, something for everyone. And there's cocktails. So if people like Mexican food, I tend to gift Trejo's Tacos cookbook to them.
yeah. I have a couple of Christmas books. I mean, they're old backlist books, but Lee Smith's The Christmas Letters. You know that one, Ron, don't you?
I do.
I like to give that book. And then in the Truman Capote.
Truman Capote book. Yeah.
Christmas
yeah.
Christmas
yeah.
Memory. Is that what it's called?
Christmas Memory, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
part about making fruitcakes with his great aunt was.
Yep. But there was a lot more to him than I think people do. I think there's a depth there that not many people explore.
Yeah. After you've read Truman, I read, what was it, Truman and Crew back to back, those two biographies.
Yep.
And then you think about, wow, a book like Christmas Memory. Of course, he read a lot of short stories.
Yeah, and in Cold Blood. So mix that in.
Well, we all know that Harper Lee did all the research for that book.
In return, didn't he write To Kill a Mockingbird for her? No, I'm kidding.
We didn't joke about that, Ron.
That was the rumor.
Yeah, that's
boy.
not even funny.
I know. That's the rumor by mansplainers,
Yes.
which you are not one of.
No.
I'm
Thank you
sorry.
for saying that.
I'm sorry. That's not, I just have a boisterous laugh. But you know what? I have to say, on a vacation a couple years ago, we went to her hometown and saw
Oh.
the actual courthouse from To Kill a Mockingbird and saw the play
Oh,
being done. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. That was one of the coolest things that I've done on vacation.
I'm going to do their literary festival this fall. Not
awesome.
fall.
Oh,
I'm going to do their
Scoop,
literary
scoop.
festival in March, actually. Yeah.
oh wow.
Nice. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
I know,
So watch
right?
the announcement,
Well,
yeah.
speaking of hearing things here first, we have just a couple of quick announcements that we hope everybody will be excited about. We
Ooh.
announced our January book read at our last happy hour, but just as a reminder, that's going to be Zibby Owens Bookends for January 23rd. So we hope everybody will join us for that. But the big news is we're announcing February and March. And we have kept
Yes,
this
we
one.
are. I can't
And
believe
we
we
have
kept
kept this.
this secret for so long.
Yeah,
I
for
know,
me.
right?
No, I love a secret.
And I
Mom
love
gets
trying
so
to get.
bothered.
I know it's so. That's kind of why it's fun. But it's taken me a moment to share my screen. But our February.
Okay, I'll go ahead
shoot.
and I can go ahead and announce February.
Yes, please do,
So
because I'm having technical difficulty.
Brenda and I were super excited, and we are going to be having The Vibrant Years by Sonali Dev on February 20th at 7 p.m.
Excellent.
And we are super excited for this. This is the first book under Mindy Kaling's new Amazon publishing imprint. And I've after recently, like yesterday, like the last couple of days, she's been on talk shows, and I'm like, I just want to share it so much. So there it is.
That's great.
Yay! Better late than never.
Yay. Ron.
Okay.
We
And
literally
now-
tell Kristen, do not tell Ron.
Yeah,
Isn't that terrible? But that is what we do.
you're kind of evil. Just saying. You're just kind of evil.
Not nice to be brought. Don't mistreat Ron. We need him.
I know we do.
Oh, that's
too.
true.
Oh,
Okay,
His-
Lisa,
I
do you
love
want to
playing
do March
along.
2?
His
And I'll be ready with the
expressions
graphics.
are just so great live. Like his expressions. I think our ESPN connected this one, so I don't think this one will be as much of a surprise
oh, I already know what it is.
for Ron.
I already know what it is.
I know you do. So March, we are going to have The House of Eve by Sadiqa Johnson on March 20th at 7 p.m.
Good. I just got the galley for that today.
Yay!
Yay.
I did
You will be
too.
ahead of the game.
Yeah.
It was in my pile today too. I can't wait to read
No,
it.
I got a nice stack today. I was starting to feel kind of neglected. And then I got like 4 books and it was like, woo, Christmas.
Woo!
Yeah, it's
All
not Christmas in
right.
my house, but I have to pretend. Oh, that's been there. What are you talking about? Oh, that's been there for weeks.
Yeah.
I bet both of you have more books than you can keep.
Well, I
Oh.
give them away. My son's girlfriend has a little free library.
Mm,
So I send books to her.
that's wonderful.
And then I have another friend who lives in Nashville, and she's got a little free library. Her husband gave her one for her birthday. And so I send some to her. And then I had a book giveaway at my book club Monday night. So
Nice.
I try to spread the wealth.
Yeah. Yep. I send
Oh,
out
that's
boxes to
great.
people. They call me the book dealer.
Uh,
Time
What are
has
you-
flown by so fast with Mary Kay.
More surprises.
I know it's
8:25.
already 8:25. But
Wow.
I
I
do-
can't believe it.
I do want to mention before we say goodnight to our guests that we are going to be having a quick after show today, and that we will be announcing, the reading challenge is becoming part of the Friends in Fiction book club page in 2023. So we are going to be having Anissa live from M. Judson announcing our picks for the reading challenge. So we'll do
Oh, how
that
fun.
in the after show.
Fun.
Yep. I feel like she's at Rockefeller Center. I think she's at the Christmas tree in front of M.
Yes,
Judson.
we don't know where it should be.
Yeah, I
We'll
probably shouldn't
see.
say that.
Knowing Anissa, she
might be.
pulled strings and she is in front of Rockefeller Center.
Exactly.
With Jenna and Hoda.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I cannot believe this time has flown by like it has,
know.
but
Too
we
quick.
are so appreciative of you, Mary Kay, for joining us, even though you weren't feeling very well, but I'm glad
Well,
you're on the mend.
I'm always feeling up to being with the book club ladies
Oh, yay.
Love
Ron.
you.
and Ron.
Oh, and
Well-
before you leave, I
Oh,
did want to mention one thing that Lisa and I are going to be giving away a copy of the Santa suit on the book club page. We'll be
Great.
posting it tomorrow. So book club members, be on the lookout for that.
Let's
Yeah,
congratulate her on the mass market being on the New York Times bestseller list.
yes.
I know it made the number 8 on the New York Times paperback list this week, which was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Ned called me and said, "Hey, congrats!" I'm like, "On what?" I'm in my pajamas. She said, or as Sean would say, "You charted."
I haven't heard that one before.
Oh,
That's what Sean says when you make the list. You hit the charts because
charted.
he's in the music business.
Yeah.
yep.
For those of you who
Gotcha.
don't know, Sean is our an amazing tech
Um,
guy on the webcast every Wednesday night, and he's actually a brilliant musician and composer.
He
And
really
so-
is. Yeah. He's
I don't want him to get famous because I'm afraid we'll lose him.
right.
Oh,
Well, I do bad reviews of his stuff online just for that
Okay,
very
good.
reason. I tell people,
oh, Ron,
don't buy this, don't listen to this.
that's terrible.
I'm
Hopefully
kidding.
he's
Book
not
club
watching.
members.
You know I'm kidding.
Dump on Ron. No, I'm kidding. Well,
Yeah.
again, I know we're at the end of our time, but book club members, stay on because we're going to talk. Oh, and Ron apparently has something else.
I
before
just
we say
wanted to
good-
get everybody on board for the rest of the year on the podcast, if that's okay.
Oh yeah,
We
we're still-
almost
we still have
forgot.
some
Yes,
other-
please do.
And so coming up this week, we are repackaging. So everybody in the world now has read this book. It's Barnes and Noble Book of the Year, best of the list on New York Times, NPR, everywhere else. Repackaged my interview with Bonnie Garmis of Lessons in Chemistry. So that's going to drop tomorrow, and everybody's going to get to re-listen to that and celebrate that again, because we've had a lot of people who have been on the Friends in Fiction page and go like, "Oh, I just read this book," and we want them to know that we were there first. We were way ahead of the game. But also after that, the following week, we are going to be with Paige Crutcher, The Lost Witch, and then the following week is going to be our holiday Ask Me Anything with me, Meg, Sean, and the Fab Four, and we're all going to talk about everything question that were submitted. And after that, and the week after, we're going to close out the year with an interview with PB&J. We're going to have a great time
Surprise.
podcast, and then we'll start talking about what's coming next year. You're not even going to believe what's happening. We're not quite ready to tell it all yet. We're going to.
We got some great stuff coming though.
Oh, amazing.
Very
I
excited.
always go like, how did we get so lucky? How did we ever get so? And there's people on there that I like John Truby. We just had him on there, and I knew him a little bit, but I didn't know his work. But I am like a huge fan now. I bought everything, both of his books, and I'm like reading through them, and he's just
I know. As soon as I got off the podcast, I ordered his book from bookshop.org.
yeah. So it's been more than a year, but this year has just been so many people that I didn't know was going to fall in love with. So we're going to talk about all that. And thanks to everybody for tuning in this year.
Thank you for having me, ladies
Yes.
and Ron.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hanging out with us.
Merry
And
Christmas,
Thanks so
everybody.
much.
I will see you on Tuesday with Patty.
Thank you guys so much.
Rub it in, rub it in.
I won't,
Bye,
but I'll be
Mary
there in
Kay.
spirit. Thank you so much, Mary Kay. Have a Merry Christmas.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Ron,
What?
pause.
I paused.
We wanted to do one quick round.
Oh,
Of
okay.
Just
Okay.
one
All right.
book.
Ooh, oh man, you almost got rid of me.
I know.
Okay.
I was
So I
like,
have-
hold on.
So I have two that I'm very excited about left. One I think you're going to hear a lot about anyway. So I'm going to go with this other one. This is called The Three of Us. It's another debut novel by Ore Ajabi Williams, and it is going to come out on May 16th, and you want this on your list. This book takes place again in modern Nigeria, and everybody's going to be able to relate to this. So it's three people. There's only three people in the whole book, and it's a woman, her husband, and her best friend. The
Wow.
husband and the best friend hate each other, and it all takes place in one day. And each of the characters takes the story, and the wife tells her story first, and then hands it off to the husband, who then hands it off to the best friend. And in this whole space of a day, the secrets that come out, the feelings that come out.
Wow.
I called it it's a linear novel, and the backstories that are told, you know everything about it, and we're all able to relate to somebody in the story. And when it finally reaches the peak of its story, you're like, how did she pull this off? How did she bring us here? It's one of those stories where you think, okay, it's going here. Oh, wait, nope, we're going up. Oh, oh, oh. And by the time you get to where it is, you're like, I never saw this coming. I never saw this coming. And
Wow.
there's lots of wine, tons of wine. So
Sounds good.
yeah, I'll post that one too.
Great.
Okay.
All right, and I'll just
Thank
throw
you,
this
thank
other
you,
one up.
thank you, thank you. Ooh,
I'll just throw this
Yeah,
other up
one-
real quick. I won't
One more quick one. We know you
Golden
gotta.
Doves, Martha Hall Kelly. We all know her. We all love her.
ooh,
This book is amazing.
nice.
Awesome. She returns to World War II. Prisoner camp. Two spies that later are going after all of the people who did dirt to people. But a secret Operation Paperclip thing that the United States helped Nazi criminals. What?
Ooh.
All right. Done.
Wow.
Thank you for being our wonderful co-host and a great year.
Oh, I love
And,
you guys.
oh,
What?
Our next happy hour with Ron Block, we didn't say that, but we're going to say now, is February 9th at 7:30. So
Okay,
make
then.
sure that you mark that on your calendar.
I better.
You know you did.
Yeah, it would help if you did, Rod.
So you won't have to wait too long for more TBR mountain explosions.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good. And happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy
Yeah.
whatever it is you're doing. Brenda and Lisa, I'm so looking forward to recording the podcast with you because I have so many things to say about.
Oh no.
Uh-oh,
Maybe some
I feel
secrets.
like
I am
I'm gonna
afraid.
cry.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
We look
What
forward
a way
to
to
it.
end the year. It's going to be to talk to you too and have, everybody get the opportunity to know you a little better. And it's just, I'm so excited about
Well, we are honored that you asked us. So
it.
thank you so,
Certainly
so
are.
much.
And I will see
Well-
you all super soon.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, Ron.
Have fun.
Happy holidays.
Night.
Have fun with Anissa in Rockefeller Center.
I know.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Speaking of Anissa, she is going to join us now live from maybe Rockefeller Center, maybe M. Judson, maybe her car, maybe the library. Who knows? But we are going to break down the 2023 reading challenge, and we have some amazing prompts. So I hope you guys can stick around just a little bit longer, and we will talk about the prompts. So I think she is getting she might be having some technical, let me see if she's.
Yeah, she came on in the waiting room and off again a couple of times, so I think she may be having tech troubles. But if she
If
comes
that's the
on
case,
again, I will
we'll
nab
bring
her
in.
and bring her in.
But
So
we will still press on. So go ahead if you want to share the
the reading
screenshot.
challenge, okay.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and do that, and hopefully Anissa will be on. But guys, here is our 2020. Oh, here she is. Let's see if we can get her
Yay.
on.
There she is.
Perfect timing. Anissa, how are you?
Great. How are y'all doing?
We're
Good.
doing fine. We lost you a couple of times, but we are glad that you were persistent and got back on.
It said you all kept declining me.
Oh no.
Oh, you're laughing, you silly girl.
No, seriously, it did. But I had to
You
move to my car. I had to move to my car. Oh yeah, it kept like connecting, and then it got rid of me. Said that you were declining me, or
Oh, well, we definitely weren't declining you, but what we did, since we couldn't, since we didn't know if you were going to get back or not, we've just displayed the reading challenge on the screen share
Yes.
and said, basically, here's the list. So why don't you take it from there, Anissa? What would you like to tell us about the reading challenge prompts?
just that we're real excited to have it moved over to the book club page, and that the three of us worked, gosh, hours and hours and hours trying to find a lot of prompts that would be very unique. Probably one of the best words is unique and different, so that our book challenge for the year would stand out, for other ones. And I think we picked some really good ones that are going to lead to some real good books picked by people. And we'll start out January strong with the books that have just one word in the title. And I was just looking around M. Judson as I was in there and picked up a couple. But for me personally, I think I'm going to do Euphoria by Lily King, because I have the book. And but obviously there's Bookends by Zibby Owens, which will tie in great since she is the January visiting the author who will come, the book club person. And there's just a lot. I guess I'll work on making some collages and stuff for people to start being able to make some decisions. But there's going to be a lot of choices. There's I know I saw there was a John Grisham. That's one word. Yeah.
I just want to interrupt. We can't see you.
Okay.
We want to see you too, if we
Sitting
can.
in the dark.
I'm in the dark, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to see me anyway. Should I just leave it
Okay.
as is?
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
okay.
We can hear you.
since-
And we'll go
since-
on.
Since you can't see the prompts, Anissa, would you like for me to just to go through them real quick?
Sure, that'd be great, Brenda.
Okay, but I appreciate that, and appreciate all of the work you did getting the challenge together. This is not a boilerplate list, as Anissa said. We tried really hard to make it something unique to our book club. She's already mentioned the book with the one-word title for January, which ties in very nicely with Bookends. But February is going to be a book written by a person of color. March is a cozy mystery. April is a book under 200 pages, which I think that's one of the more fun ones. I think it's going to be a challenge to see.
Yeah, I like that one. And May is a young adult book by an author with your first initial, last initial, or both. So for that one, you could find someone, any author, a YA book by an author that shares the same first initial or last initial. And if you find one with both, that's even better.
When some of us have the same initial for both, so
Yeah.
Oh, true.
but I think that's going to be a fun one, though. I think that'll be fun because there's a lot of good YA out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that sounds like fun.
so that was for May. And then June is a dual timeline book. So you can find a book with a dual timeline. And, we've got some like Patty Surviving Savannah is a good choice for that. Yeah. You want to do
And then for-
July?
Yeah, July is a book that has been on your TBR pile for at least a year. So that one thought we would have fun with that as well, since we all have those mountains of books that we haven't gotten to. August is a book selected solely based on its cover. And September is a Jane Austen retelling. And you can interpret that however you'd like.
I'm
That's gonna be a
super
fun one. Yes.
excited.
Yeah,
That's going to be a
That
fun
Lisa,
one.
would you?
I think we all were, as Anissa mentioned, we spent a couple of hours trying to come up with unique things so that it's not the same as every other reading challenge that is out there on the internet. And when we did that one, we all were like, oh, that's exciting. Like, that's a good one. And Sonali Dev, who's going to be our book club pick for February that we just announced, she has a couple, like Incense and Sensibility would count for that. And I think she might have another one, but there's a lot of them out there. So that's super exciting. Now, I think October is going to be a super surprise for everyone.
Sure.
It's a bewitching book. Shocked anyone? Maybe? I don't know.
Shocker.
And November is a nonfiction book written by an author in your state. So that will be interesting. Do some research and maybe discover an author that lives in the same state as you. You want to close us out for the year, Brenda?
Sure. December is going to be a holiday book written by a Friends in Fiction book club guest. So there's a lot of opportunity there. I think we have a lot of great books to choose from between, The Santa Suit, The Christmas in Peachtree Bluff.
Olive Wade, Viola Shipman books.
Yep.
Jasmine Guillory has a holiday book. Christina Lauren, the holiday in the holidays or something like that.
Yes.
And
yes.
our guests that'll be on next year as well. So, and any of the, like she mentioned, any of the Fab for, it would count for Mary Alice Monroe for A Low Country Christmas. There's a lot to choose from there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great book. I loved that book.
Oh, it was. It was just a very different Christmas book, but really, really great. So there's a lot to choose from. So we hope that you guys will really like these prompts and have fun with them, and we can talk about them in the book club on the page. And Anissa, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Sorry for those technical difficulties, but glad you could join us live from M. Judson's parking lot.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. And I think the book challenge, I think it's going to be a fun year next year. And I think there's going to be a lot. November will be a great one, I think, for people to go to their independent bookstores and to talk to the booksellers and to find out about who might be some of your that you may not know of. But I think they're great. They're great prompts, and it's going to be a great reading year for sure.
Good point. Draw on their expertise.
Thank you, Reading Challenge Guru.
Yeah, thank you all.
We'll have fun at M. Judson, and we will talk to you soon for sure.
I'm done. I'm on my way. I'm going to get on my way home.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Anissa.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, I was gonna look in the chat. We have a couple of comments, and while I do that, if you want to just show that screenshot of the challenge one last time.
Oh, sure.
And we'd like to know, what do you guys think? What months are you looking forward to for the reading challenge? Julia said, which holiday book is by Jasmine Guillory? Oh dear. I don't remember the name of it. It's in the series. It might be a royal. We'll have to get back to you on that one. I'm not sure.
All right. Can you see the challenge now?
Yes.
Great, great. Here you guys go. Yeah, I'm excited about a lot of these.
I'm very excited. I think it'll make all of us maybe read something different, think outside the box. Which months are you most excited for, Brenda? Like maybe pick 2 or 3.
I like the challenge of the book under 200 pages, just in finding something, and the YA book with my same initials. I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
that. What about you, Lisa?
Before I answer, I wanted to answer the question. It's The Royal Holiday is the book by Jasmine Guillory. Thank you to those in the chat that answered. And then also Marilyn mentioned the other book by Sonali Dev that would count for the retelling of Jane Austen. And it is Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors. So she's got
Oh,
Pride,
yeah,
Prejudice,
yeah.
and Other Flavors, and also In Sense and Sensibility. Both of those would count for the retelling. For me, I'm most excited. Most people think I would say October, but that's normal for me. So
Okay.
that's like a Tuesday. I'm really excited about the Jane Austen retelling. I'm super excited
Oh.
for that one. And
Nice.
I'm very excited about, I also love the cozy mystery, but that's something I would do too. And I'm excited for February. I like that we're doing a book written by a person of color to, give authors of different backgrounds or to discover authors of different backgrounds. And I think I'm going to try to find an author for that I've never heard of before.
Wonderful.
And read a book by them. So I think we've got a great list here. So thank you for joining us for our last happy hour of the year. We want to thank Ron for being an amazing host. We want to thank Mary Kay Andrews for being an amazing, fabulous guest. If you have not picked up a copy of The Santa Suit, what are you waiting for? It's literally
It's right here.
It's all of our favorite holiday books. And we're going to be giving away a copy of it on the book club page tomorrow. But I would also suggest to check out Mary Kay's cookbook, which a lot of us love as well. And there are some
Absolutely.
delicious recipes in there, and that makes a great gift book too. We had more recommendations. Do you want to throw a quick one out?
I think
call it a night?
yeah, I think I'll hold on to mine.
Okay.
So how about you?
I do have one that I want to say quickly, only because if someone is struggling with this, it would be a good gift for them, and February might be too late. I will be quick though. This book is called Unstoppable: Forging the Path to Motherhood in the Early Days of IVF. So I know that it's not a topic a lot of people talk about, but a lot of women struggle with it. And this book, it's by Ellen Weir Casey. She was a Zibby Award nominee as well. And it's just a story of a woman's courage and perseverance in just her quest to become a mother. And for me, I can't have children, and I've made terms with that. I'm fine with that. But if I was going to try, I'd probably have to go this route. And I know there's a lot of women that suffer from that. So I shouldn't say suffer, because they don't suffer. They survive it. They overcome it, and they take the steps that is necessary.
Right.
But if you know someone, and even if they're not, this book is such a story of hope. And it's just amazing. It really is. So check it out. And you can find Ellen on Instagram and everywhere. It's really an incredible story. So check it out.
Awesome. And in lieu of my pick, I did want to just make mention that we are going to be talking about Patty Callahan Henry's The Perfect Love Song on December 19th as our December read. So please join us for that. I have an extra little bow around mine.
So pretty and festive.
So please join us then. And I'm so excited about going back and reading some more of the comments that I didn't get to read because they go by kind of fast. So everybody, we had a blast tonight doing the happy hour. Hope y'all have a happy holiday season, and we'll see you next happy hour. Bye-bye.
Out.